Hey guys, it's JohnyTechReview. Today I have a review for you of this Rosewill electronic pressure cooker. The model number here is RHPC-15001. As you can see here, this is pretty much everything that comes in the package. You have the cooker itself, you have a user menu here, and then you have these three accessories. So this is just a cup for measuring rice or water or whatever. And then you have a little scooper to scoop rice or soup or whatever solid stuff that you have. And then you have this little raised mesh here thing that is designed to cook stuff like yogurt and stuff like that. So this instruction menu is pretty small. There's not much in there, but there's about 4 pages of information that has some good information, especially the safety information at the beginning here. So make sure you read that and keep in mind how you use the pressure cooker properly so that you don't burn yourself or hurt yourself. So here's the unit itself. As you can see, it's pretty much made out of plastic with some stainless steel stuff. And yeah, here you can open it up by just rotating this knob here and take it out. And inside you can see this lid is pretty well designed. It's all made out of stainless steel. And you have here the pressure release mechanism. This is that rubber seal that kind of keep everything in place. And my first problem with this is after using it for a while, you do notice that you have to clean this pretty well. You can actually take this guy out, but you have to clean this pretty well. And it's kind of tough to put it back in. So you kind of just want to leave it in here and kind of clean it. But if you don't clean this well, you end up with the smell. So for example, we were cooking braised beef, for example, the barbecue smell is still left in here. So that's to kind of give you an idea. So you do have to kind of clean this pretty well. So the next part I want to mention is just a little inner lining here. This inner lining pan kind of remind me of the Rosewill rice cooker pan. It's actually really similar, and in there you also have the measurement, right here, 4-5 cup, 3-5 cup. It has this non-stick surface, but in my experience using it for cooking, for example, soup with beef bone and pork bone, I actually managed to scratch the bottom here just a little bit, and I think the bones are somewhat sharp, so they do cut the bottom here just a little bit, so there's some scratch there as you can see. But other than that, this is pretty simple to clean and there's not much to it. And here's the rest of the unit. So as you can see, it's kind of looks similar to a rice cooker. The only difference is that this has a lot thicker lining and is able to handle a lot stronger pressure. To use this is pretty simple. You load up whatever you want to put in here, and then you only fill up water just to a certain level depending on how much stuff you have. That the menu will show you that. And then you just kind of lock it up just like this. There's an arrow here that you line up, and right here is the arrow, so it's unlocked right now. You turn it to here, it's locked, and you can actually pick it up just like that. As you can see, here's the pressure release mechanism, and as you can see here, you can actually seal or you can release here. As you can see now, kind of just let that go up just a little bit to release pressure. Usually the way this works is you set a preset up front here, and then the pressure will build up. Depending on what you cook and how much you have, it could take between 5 minutes to 15 minutes. First time we did stew in this, it takes us about 15 minutes to build up the pressure, and then with a 25-minute cooking time, during that time toward the end, it actually relieved the pressure, and then you can just open the unit. What you want to do is you want to release it, and then you want to push this to kind of release any extra pressure before you unlock the unit, so that's where you're not having crazy pressure, pushing steam toward you. So the first thing we cooked when this pressure cooker was a pork stew, which basically meat fall off the bone. It was very good. Next we did some pork chop, and then we did some soup of that, and that worked out really well also. For most of the time we use the preset setting on here, and it's pretty simple. I'll show you that in a minute. We also did braised pork and braised beef, and they turned out quite well. Braised beef does take a little bit longer to cook. We basically want the beef to be very soft and easily peel, just like a barbecue or something, but we did braised beef with that, and it works well. Finally, we did yogurt. Yogurt was something that we always want to do, but we have a hard time getting this correctly, and instead of buying a yogurt maker, this actually does yogurt too. We use a little tray here to elevate the yogurt cup, and then we add about 1 cup of water, and then you set it to the yogurt preset, and that basically set it at about 160 degrees, I believe, for like 6 hours. And during that time, it slowly fermented the yogurt, and the result looked really good, and it actually tastes really good. So we were able to succeed using this method, and it was pretty easy. So here's the front panel of the unit. This is basically a touch interface. So here you can see here the menu button. You can select between the different mode: rice, multi-grain, meat and stew, bean and chili, portrait, soup, saute and deep fry, steam, ribs, slow cook, and yogurt. So as you can see here, this unit here does everything, even slow cook. So yeah, I have a slow cooker, and now I'm using this more. We're not even using that slow cooker much anymore. So yeah, you have a lot of different options here. As you can see, that's preset. Basically, you just set the different temperature and also set the amount of time. You see it here with rice, it only takes 12 minutes, and it's pretty impressive how fast this thing cooks. So with the preset here, you can actually change the amount of time you want to cook, for example. But other than that, you can just leave it on the default setting, and that's fine. But you can also change it if you want it longer, for example. So that using this button, you can see here, The pressure is now building up. So during this time it's building up the pressure, and when the pressure is finished building, it will start cooking, and when it finished cooking, the timer will start dropping, and when the whole thing's finished, it will reduce the pressure, and then you can slowly open it. The one thing that I didn't realize was with pressure cooker, initially you had to build up that pressure, and that does take some time. So even though it say 15-20 minutes, that doesn't mean that's how long total it will take. It will take a few more minutes to actually pressurize, and then it will start cooking with those minutes. So yes, in our experience, this product works pretty well. So far we use the porridge, meat stew here. We also use the dips and sauté, the steam, a slow cooker, and a yogurt, and overall it works pretty well. You notice the screens kind of show a little bit of flickering. That's just because the camera refresh is really high, but in real life you won't see the flickering at all. In our past month of using it or so, we have cooked various different things from stew to soup to making yogurt, and in our experience it have worked really well. Cleaning it is pretty simple also. All you have to do is just basically clean the inner lining. The only complaint I would have is with the lid there. It's a little bit tough to clean, and yes, it does leave a lot of smell if you don't clean it properly. So guys, that's pretty much my quick review of this Rosewill pressure cooker. I hope it helped you in your purchase decision. If you have any question, let me know in the comment below, and as always, stay tuned for future review. Thank you.